So I made every single player in Madden 25 a Superstar X Factor. No matter what their overalls are, no matter how good they are now officially a Superstar X Factor. And I just want to see what happens. That's really what this video is about, is seeing what happens. Because in Madden 24, I did a similar video to this. And what we saw in the end here, and by the way, I mean every single player, by the way. So, for example, even the lowest overall players are Superstar X Factors as well. So, for example, this dude right here, it doesn't matter, guys. Like, again, you already know what my videos. When I say every single player, I mean every single player. Let's just take a look at this real fast, though. Like quarterbacks, 53 overall, Bills guy. X Factor. So here's the thing, right? When you do these type of things and you make everyone an X Factor, they stay an X Factor for one whole season. After a season, sadly, they don't stay a Superstar X Factor, right? Because their overall is too low and they might upgrade a lot throughout the season. It's very, possible they do. But after the season's over, they go back to whatever they don't go back to what development trait they were. They go down depending on how good or bad they did. So, for example, if they're a Superstar X Factor now, they have a mediocre season. It's not that great, but it's not horrendous. Then they're going to go down to, let's say, for example, a Superstar, right? Some of them will go down to Bronze or normal development trait. Not many do, in all honesty. Most of them actually stay a little bit higher up on that kind of radar. Like, they don't go down that quickly. Again, some of them do, some of them don't. Some of them will stay as Superstar X Factor. So, let's just go and get right into the season and see what happens. Because with everyone a Superstar X Factor, that means every single player has dev traits. They have this new ability unlocked, new ability unlocked, new ability unlocked. And every single player is getting that. Now, I turn off injuries as always when we sim, because injuries just kind of ruin the game. So, I don't know. I mean, with everyone being a Superstar X Factor, every quarterback in the game having somewhat of like potentially hot route master, potentially some crazy, stats. So far, it's actually not too crazy in the first 4 weeks. I know we're only 4 weeks into the season, but seems like so far, let's just look at the schedules. The 0-4 Falcons and the 0-4 Cardinals. Okay. Usually the Falcons sim very well in these franchise series. And so far, in 0-5 Falcons, 1-5 Falcons, excuse me, is a very interesting sight. So we are currently rocking with a 4-2 record. The Cowboys are currently 5-2. Well, now the Cowboys are 5-2. The Cowboys are 6-2, so we're kind of trying to chase down the Cowboys here. I love how no matter what happens in this season, Patrick Mahomes will still be MVP. That's the one great thing about Madden, is it's so Patrick Mahomes driven. All right, so this NFC East right now is kind of getting insane. So the Cowboys definitely took over the lead, and it looks like they're probably going to take over the division. Yeah, they're absolutely going to take over this division. And they actually won the conference as well. So going into the wild card playoff game here, let's just kind of take a look at where everything was headed. We had 3-14-3 teams. 12-5, 11-6s, some 10-7s, a lot of 9-8 and 8-9s. And then we go to the very bottom. We had 3 teams with 4 wins, 2 teams with 5 wins, and 3 teams with 6 wins. Hold up. Did the Bucks? The Bucks made the playoffs 7-10. Why is the NFC South like this? Why is the NFC South like this? Can somebody please get rid of the NFC South? Like, no, we don't need the NFC South anymore. It is the stupidest division possible. All right, let me see the playoff thing. All right, so these are the playoff brackets. We got that 7-10 team at a 4th seed in the playoffs. You know what the sad part is? That's very realistic to real life. There probably will be a team this year that goes 7-10 and win the AFC South. That's just a fact of, life. I was going to say EA Sports. I can't even blame EA for that. That's just a factor of how, real life goes with the NFC South. They're a very questionable decision. All right, so this dude, I haven't heard of him before. He led the NFL in interceptions. He's a rookie. Okay, so that might be why I've never heard of him before. When were you drafted? And you were drafted in the 5th round. Well, it says drafted 5th round 2025. And I'll be honest with you, I'm pretty sure we're not in 2025 yet. Last time I checked, I think we were in 2024. But what? Let me see. Maybe he did actually get drafted in the 5th round in 2024. Where? What? Tell me when he was drafted, Google. Okay. Okay, so he was the 145th pick, which that sounds like a 5th round pick. So their Broncos 5th round pick, who is a superstar X Factor because of this video, ends up being the best cornerback for the season. This guy, again, another player. So apparently Superstar X Factor just absolutely just makes cornerbacks who are rookies or no names absolute freaking gems on the team. Good to know. So I guess if you want to say, does it change anything? Well, it changed it to a point where it made certain players really freaking good. Like certain rookies and no-name guys. Dak Prescott led the NFL. Okay, then we got Josh Jacobs, 1,700 yards. Pretty average of what we see from rushing in Madden 25. CeeDee Lamb had 1,500 yards, which is actually, I think, close to the most I've ever seen out of a single season. It's pretty bad usually. Dak Prescott won MVP, so not Patty Mahomes, and no one really crazy on here. This is actually very normal, by the way, if you've seen any of my videos. For some reason, JJ McCarthy is the most overrated quarterback in Madden history. It's not really the most overrated. Every rookie quarterback in Madden is always insanely crazy. But with that being said, the Eagles lost in the championship to divisional round. They lost to the Cowboys. So that means that the Super Bowl will be the Cowboys versus, never mind, they lost to the 49ers. All right. Shout out to Cowboys for losing to the 49ers as always. Pretty scripted right there, boys. That's a pretty scripted video right there. But the 49ers lost to the Chiefs yet again. And overall wise, not bad. Rookie of the year for the Broncos. Had a fantastic season. So now my question is, we're done with the seasons. Yeah, so here we go. So you can see, now that the season's over with, some of these players will go back down to normal development trait. Some of them will stay higher. Most of them will go down to either normal or star development trait. So what happens when we make everyone a Superstar X Factor? It does some things. I'll see you guys in the next one.